something they're going to keep active with maybe a few other things coming up. And what happens is for every time you beat it in a 24-hour period, you get a crystal shard. If you get 14 of those shards, you get 5,000 fleet marks to use however you want in your fleet, and 50,000 dilithium, which I think is awesome right there in and of itself. But they give you a few other things. They give you a non-combat pet and a few other things. But I mean, 2 weeks. Yeah, actually, I think if the cutoff would be probably today to pull that one out.
Yeah. And so I think that covers just about it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to finish off this special edition newscast?
Didn't I hear that somebody wanted to ask me a question about a frying pan?
Ah, yes. What about that frying pan? Do tell.
Well, it's a running joke. If you guys haven't been on TeamSpeak and you haven't been on the servers, I'm pretty a funny guy. You know, I try to be. I try to lighten the mood when I feel tension. And one of the jokes is I recently got married in real life, and my wife sometimes can't stand when I speak Trek. That's what we call it. It's speaking Trek. So every once in a while, she's like, "I'm gonna have to hit you in the head with something." And of course, the president one day got it in his mind that it's going to be a Teflon-coated frying pan. Yeah, a lot of ducking has taken place since.
Yeah. That reminds me. We had some questions, didn't we, from some of the fleet members?
I believe we. Yeah, Katie and if I'm not mistaken, it was Katie and Thalia. I think I'm saying his name wrong.
Do we have the questions handy?
Give me a second. I think I did save them. Actually, I know I saved them. It's just a question of where. I know one of them was, what do I like to do in my off time? And that was by...
Katie.
No, that was by the other gentleman.
Yeah. You're breaking up a bit there, but...
It's probably because I'm logging into my mail account on STO to grab the questions.
But, yeah, go ahead with answering that question for now, anyway.
Well, what do I like to do in my spare time? Well, like any person, you know, I have hobbies other than Star Trek. Obviously, I do like to read. Mainly, it's kind of ironic. Mainly Star Trek novels. But I do like to read other things. I read some true crime novels. I like to watch NCIS on TV. I like to play with my two little dogs who are crazy. And you know, I'm into technology. I like to, you know, try to fix and repair laptop computers, and I say try because half the time I cut myself. And you know, those circuit boards can be a little scratchy. And you know, I just pretty much I like, one of the things I love to do is I love to walk. I like to go into nature parks and just walk trails and be in nature. That's one of the things I really love.
Same
here.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, you know what? You can only spend so much time in a house and staring at a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And I actually have the questions here. So the other questions...
Aha, we found them.
Yeah. So the other three were all from Katie. And they are... how old are you? When and where did you meet your wife? And how did you know you wanted to get married?
Well, I'll answer the first one, the easy one. I'm 34 years old. Just recently turned 34. And since Katie didn't ask, I'll volunteer this one. I live on the East Coast. I live in New York. I met my wife, ironically. I met her at a pool hall, and we didn't speak at all. You know, the first time I think maybe I said hello, and she asked me what I was doing. And I was playing with a PSP, and the whole night I just you ever like sit in a room and you have this one person stare at you all night long because they're in awe and you're just creeped out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I did. I kind of did that. Yeah, she was just I had never seen such beauty. I was with somebody who at the time was treating me like basically dirt, and I didn't know what a relationship really was at the time. I was in my 20s. I was probably about 24 at the time, 25. So I mean, actually probably a little younger than that, but I was with somebody who just wasn't the right type of person, and it took me a while to
Hmm.
find that out. And we got together shortly after I came back. I had moved to with the young lady who I was in a relationship with, and we moved to another state, and I ultimately broke it off with her, and I came back, and we pretty much hooked up after that. And as the expression goes, the rest is history. In terms of how did I know, I don't think there's ever an answer to that question.
Hmm.
You either know or you don't know. There's just no real way to say yes, I'm ready, or no, I'm not ready. It's the same question of when did you know you were ready to have kids? Well, you either know or you don't. Most of
And
the time, you
sometimes
know
it just
because next thing
happens.
I was gonna. That's exactly where I was going with that. It's like sometimes the answer is, guess what? I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
um, One of the other things, to kind of steer this a little back into some fleet business, which I don't mind so much the personal questions. You guys can ask
Yeah.
me anything, and it doesn't bother me. I like to say I'm an open-ended book, and I'm always there if you need a shoulder just or an ear to talk to, not a shoulder, because
Mhm.
if the shoulder's coming through the computer, we got a problem. But one of the things I did want to talk, just quickly mention is we do have people out there, and I'm not saying in the fleet. I'm just saying people in the game who are trying to con fleets. So one of the things that I encourage everybody, if you bring somebody into the fleet, jot down their name and at handle, send it to myself, Hartman, or Milox. Also, send it to Yenvin and Mitzi because they're the bankers, and we will keep an eye out on these people. We had somebody the other day. Connor had actually caught this, and I want to give a shot a congratulations to Connor for catching this. He saw this person join the fleet, uh, join for like 30 seconds and leave. And when he went to go say hello, he happened to notice that they were on ESD. He happened to also be on ESD, and he noticed that this person was sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
He he joined the fleet, tried to access our fleet bank, saw we had it locked down, and left, knowing that he could not steal from us.
Yeah.
But the character stayed in the fleet bank, and every few minutes, Connor saw the name above his head change to another fleet, and another fleet, and another fleet. So there are people out there, and I don't want to discourage anybody. If you have requests for things in the bank, approach the bankers. It's Mitzi and Yenvin. If they're not on, get with your Grand Admiral, Supreme Commander, or in this case, still, since we haven't made an official title, get with Dea, the Grand Admiral for the Romulan side. Let them know that you can't get in touch with somebody and you want this item. Worst case scenario, bring it to myself or Hartman. We are always on for multiple hours. I used to spend a lot more time, but recently I got a new job, so I've been spending a little bit less time. But pretty much I'm usually on for at least a good 4 to 5 hours. So there is no way that you can always send a mail. We get the mails. I read every mail that comes into my box, and then I if I have to pass it along, I'll pass it along to the appropriate person. If I can answer it, I will answer it. I will never let anybody's mail go unanswered if I can. Obviously, things happen and you forget to answer a question here or there, but I will get. If I forget, remind me, and I will double check and make sure. But I will always answer a question. I do know right now, though, that Milox, the Grand Admiral for the Federation side, is on a LOA due to moving issues. So he is unavailable right now. So obviously, in his absence, you can bring your issues directly to me and Mr. Hartman, the president. But like I said, we are always here. So don't think that just because we're the bosses, you can't approach us.
Okay, so to finish things off, when's the next meeting? Because you said that everyone in the fleet, whoever's in the fleet, they're welcome to come to the meeting and even have a voice. When's the next meeting? Do you think that people in the fleet can attend?
Well, there's actually two. If your time doesn't permit it, you can always attend the Grand Admiral's meeting, which is supposed to be every Friday at 7 o'clock in the embassy, which is on New Romulus. The full fleet meeting, which is where you'll find myself and Mr. Hartman. I'm sorry, I am Mr. Park. You'll find Mr. Hartman most of the time is Saturdays at 7 o'clock on New Romulus in the embassy. So if you can't make one or can't make the other, you can show up to the Admiral's meeting and voice your concerns there, and then they can bring that to us the next day. But always, again, if you can't make either meeting, send us a mail. If you see us in game and you forget to send us a mail, just private message us, fleet message us. We're open. I know it kind of sounds redundant, but we're like 7-Eleven. Some way, somehow, we'll find your question and we will get an answer for you.
Excellent. So I guess that pretty much wraps up our newscast for April 25th, 2013. Here's looking forward to May 21st. Hopefully it's going to be an absolutely magnificent first expansion. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely am.
So unless you've got anything else to say, I think I will close off this special edition newscast for the Interstellar Alliance news.
Only thing I have to say is there are 4 lights.
Yes, there are 4 lights. But yes, okay. So yeah, that's it. This is Vice Admiral Bola and
Vice President John Park
signing off. See you later, folks.
Have a good one.